Hi everybody, this is Saad for the Sad Truth. This will constitute my last clip for the next few weeks as I will be heading out shortly for a much needed break. In any case, I wanted to wish all my viewers and your loved ones a happy holiday season. I wanted today to share with you a set of passages that I originally shared yesterday in my chat with Anne-Marie Waters, but I thought it worthwhile to post a clip just highlighting the passages in question for those of you who may not sit through our full hour conversation. The passages come from an individual who appeared in front of the Standing Committee on Citizenship and Immigration in the House of Commons, the Canadian Parliament. This is in October 2012. And so I will read the person's words, and then I'll ask you to think about the likely profile of a person who is uttering such words. So here we go. The flow of immigration into Canada from around the world, and in particular the flow from Muslim countries, means a pouring in of numbers into a liberal society of people from cultures at best non-liberal. Who is this hate-filled bigot? But we know through our studies and observation that the illiberal mix of cultures poses one of the greatest dilemmas and an unprecedented challenge to liberal societies such as ours, when there is no demand placed on immigrants any longer to assimilate into the founding liberal values of the country to which they have immigrated. Instead, a misguided and thoroughly wrong-headed policy of multiculturalism encourages the opposite. This must be some toothless, redneck KKK Islamophobe. We should not allow bureaucratic inertia to determine not only the policy, but the existing level of immigrant numbers and source origin that Canada brings in annually. We have the precedent of how we selectively closed immigration from the Soviet bloc countries during the Cold War years, and we need to consider doing the same in terms of immigration from Muslim countries for a period of time, given how disruptive is the cultural baggage of illiberal values that is brought in as a result. What a Nazi! We are, in other words, stoking the fuel of much unrest in our country, as we have witnessed of late in Europe. So, any ideas who might have uttered these words? Some white guy, some racist, some imperialist colonialist? No? Any ideas? Well, he's going to tell us right now. Let's find out. Lest any member wants to instruct me that my views are in any way politically incorrect, or worse, I would like members to note that I come before you as, a practicing Muslim who knows out of experience from the inside, trigger warning, the Ostrich Brigade, please assume the position, how volatile, how disruptive, how violent, how misogynistic is the culture of Islam today and has been during my lifetime, and how it greatly threatens our liberal democracy that I cherish, since I know what is its opposite. So who is the gentleman in question? It's Professor Salim Mansour from Western University, formerly known as University of Western Ontario, one of the prestigious universities in Canada. He is born in India, so he's certainly not a white man. He is a practicing Muslim. I've met Professor Mansour, lovely, secular, liberal guy. Yet he feels sufficiently compelled to appear in front of the Canadian Parliament to share his concerns, because he recognizes that it is perfectly rational for somebody who possesses a brain to say, hey, people who might be coming from some of these lands might come with certain cultural and religious tenets that are inconsistent with our secular liberal values. And so we have to find a way to mitigate the risks associated with a clash of these differing cultural and religious belief systems. To suggest that we should have that conversation doesn't make one a racist or a bigot or an Islamophobe. It simply recognizes reality and says that let's try to find a way to welcome people into our shores that hopefully will be maximally assimilated in our midst. to always have the looming threat of the ostrich brigade over you, worrying that if you open a dialogue on this matter, you will be accused of all sorts of nasty names, is not a productive way to move forward. Reasonable people should be able to have a dispassionate conversation on this topic while being fully respectful of people's individual rights. Again, this has nothing to do with any bigotry towards individuals. It is simply recognizing that people who come from different cultural and religious backgrounds may possess certain belief systems that are inconsistent with ours, right? I mean, truly, it is such a banal statement, an obvious statement to make. And so let's move the conversation forward by having these types of discussions in a, as I said, in a respectful, polite, and dispassionate manner. Talk to you soon. Have a great break if you're going to take one. Looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Cheers. Ciao.